Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm Brad Drake, and this is my AWA save. I'm glad you're with us for this episode 14. We have had a very exciting tour schedule going on. We've also had some really good television action, and today we are having tour date 74. We are back in St. Paul, Minnesota, which means we are restarting a block. Okay, we have a total of 9 towns in a block. So this is block 4. So this is the final block we can do with these matches. Okay, so that means every town has gone through a batch of these matches. Okay, if mathematically, if that makes sense to you. So after this block, we are going to have to start block 5, which is going to begin we're going to have to change up all the matches. So that'll be fun. So, but we still have 3, 6, 9 more shows to do before that happens. We're covering the tour. And when that does happen, that's going to bring us all the way up to the second week of September. So we're back in St. Paul. This should be very exciting. We're back on the main screen here, and I wanted to point something out to you. Bedlam in Boston got dropped. Okay, that was Killer Kowalski's independent promotion, International Wrestling Federation. They had a television show on in Boston for decades called Bedlam in Boston. Well, for some reason, it's been dropped, and I really don't understand why. Let's take a look at IWF. They had a show last night. They drew 82 people. I'm not understanding why their show got dropped. Something, I'm not familiar with seeing this. I'm not sure exactly what could have taken place. So here's the promotion. They're over $100,000 in debt, but that's not the end of the world. So I'm just not seeing why their television show would be dropped. If any of you have any idea of why this would happen, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment box and let us know what you think. So touring the company, they're not showing anything crazy. Doing the profile. Yeah, there's Bedlam in Boston off air. But they're not showing us why. The tapings were going okay, so something happened. If any of you have any idea of why this would have happened, drop a comment and let the rest of us know. I've never seen it happen, and I've been playing this game since the beginning. So moving right along here, we're going to advance to Friday. And exactly what we said we would update and take care of last episode, we went ahead and did. We made sure that the problem with Milliman and Blackwell was taken care of. We also took care of Sheik Adnan LKC's finisher that I found to be a little bit strange, and we took care of Mitch Snow's finishing move. Mitch Snow did a scoop power slam, and Adnan LKC did a Indian deathlock. So I went ahead and not only updated it here in this save, but also in the mod itself. Okay, here is a stupid stable that the WWF has created, apparently called the Wolves. Very dumb, something that irritates me. I turned off stables for the WWF for the mod. So when you play it, when you should download it, especially obviously when version 7 comes out, you won't have to deal with the goofy stables that the WWF creates. Okay, Malia Hosaka, who's doing jobs for us, signed with WCPW, no big deal. Eddie Guerrero's doing a one-night deal with Pacific Northwest Wrestling. No problem. Let's go ahead and move forward, and let's get rolling on our tour date, 74. Okay, here we are, and we are back in the mothership in St. Paul. We're expecting 9,000 fans. Not bad. We are going to run the River Center. Beautiful. Debbie Combs and Medusa Michelli are going to kick us off. We've seen this match before, and it's been a good one. So we got that set. Let's go ahead and deal with our other issues here. Backstage incidents. Uh-oh. Dangerously and Bockwinkel. Wrestler's court business. Okay. And it's Von Raschke and his protege. So Debbie Combs versus Michelli. That's a 10-minute bout. Again, we don't mind who wins. No. You know what? This time, we're going to make sure Medusa does go over because Debbie Combs has won quite a few of them. She's still got those busted ribs. I don't know how much longer they're going to be busted for. Hopefully not too much longer. I could look it up, but why take the fun out of it, right? Okay, so Michelli's going to go over. Nasty Boys are going to face the Top Guns again. We're going to put the Top Guns over the Nasty Boys. The Nasty Boys have won quite a few in a row. Somebody had asked me by sending me a message, placing a comment asking why I don't care who the winners are on the tours. I don't because they wrestle each other so many times. But in this case, with the Nasty Boys winning so many in a row, we're going to go ahead and get the Top Guns a victory. It's always nice to have the baby faces win in the main towns of the promotion also. So John Paul's going to get the victory for his team. Eddie Guerrero is going to wrestle Mike Graham. We'll see if Mike Graham is available. We'll see if Eddie Graham is available. There's Eddie Guerrero. See if Mike Graham's on here. And he is not. Mike Graham is taken. Okay, let's take a look at this card. You know what? Let's put Pat Tanaka in there against Eddie. This is going to get a low score. This is not going to be a pretty match. Not because of skill, but because neither one of these guys are over yet. But that's okay. It's getting work in for both of them. Russ Francis is going to get mauled by Bobby Duncombe, per usual. If you remember, Russ Francis just got a win on TV, so that helps him to look good. Bobby Duncombe also got a win on TV by tagging with Dick Slater. I'm a big fan of Bobby Duncombe, in case you couldn't tell, and I think it's a travesty that he's not in the WWF Hall of Fame. Sorry, WWE Hall of Fame. Kelly versus Peterson. Peterson's won quite a few of these recently, so let's go ahead and get Kevin Kelly the win. Now, he is managed by Sherry Martel, so we're going to use his manager to cheat to win. Kevin Kelly's the victory here, and Sherry is going to do her thing to help her man win. The Terrorist, which we know is Jack Victory, is going to wrestle Jerry Blackwell. We know Blackwell can't go over 15 minutes. And I feel like the world's biggest idiot. Last episode, when I was doing the TV tapings, I was looking for the Iron Sheik under eyes and didn't see him and assumed he was working somewhere else. Meanwhile, all along, he was right here under the Iron Sheik. My apologies, but again, these things happen. So of course we're going to put Jerry Blackwell over in St. Paul. Again, we got Dick Slater versus Jimmy Snuka. It's going to be an 18-minute bout. And we're going to leave this one open-ended. At this point, it could go either way because I think Slater's starting to get over here. Let's take a look. Yeah, he's starting to get over. This one could go either way. Cool, we'll let it rip. And in the main event, we have the Midnight Rockers and the Midnight Express. Okay, we're going to go all out with this one. We're back in St. Paul. This is a serious bout. So cage, we're going to go with a cage match here. We're going to go a full 30 minutes on this one. This would have been one hell of a cage match with these two teams in 1987. Wow. Okay, the World Tag Team title is on the line. And we have to keep the chase going. We have to keep the Midnight Rockers chasing after the Midnight Express. We have to continue screwing over the Midnight Rockers to make the fans really want it. The AWA was very good about this. Sometimes they overdid it in the case of Hulk Hogan. But in this case, this feud is hot. It's going either way. And we're going to have Dennis Condrey be the winner. And it's going to be due to Paul E. Dangerously. So in this case, I would imagine that Paul E. Dangerously is either going to throw a weapon into the ring or he's going to hold down the leg from outside. You know, he's going to do something to interfere to make sure that his men get the win. Okay, this is all booked up. We're at about 2 hours and 20 minutes, like we said, was normal for the AWA. And let's go ahead and start the show. This is, again, a solid card back home in St. Paul. Medusa gets the win by cheating, just as we thought. This match is going to get good numbers once Debbie Combs heals up. Top Guns get the victory. Eddie Guerrero gets the win over Pat Tanaka, just like we thought. It was going to be a low score. These two guys just aren't over enough yet. Okay, Bobby Duncan with the win over Russ Francis, who's just not even over in St. Paul. Wow. All right, moving right along. Kevin Kelly's going to get the win against DJ Peterson here. Jerry Blackwell, of course, is getting the win over the Terrorist. Nice score for Slater versus Snuka. Snuka gets the win again with the Superfly Splash. And we got a big 84 score for the main event. Excellent. You could only imagine this in 1987. It would have been a bloodbath. You can guarantee that both the Midnight Rockers would have been opened up. You can guarantee that both the Midnight Express would have been opened up. This would have been an all-out match and would have been one heck of a match to see. If any of you remember, the Midnight Rockers had some cage matches with Rose and Summers that were fantastic matches. These matches would have probably been right up on the same scale as those. So it's a successful show. Let's see if we get any gains. We do. We get a gain off it. That's excellent. Means we got a gain in the Midwest region. Let's go ahead and finish the show. We had a nice sellout crowd at 9,000. Let's make our adjustment here right away. Next tour date we're going to have is 75 here. And remember, we changed the main event now. The main event is a tag match. We took De Beers and Slaughter off the main event. Okay, we are back at the main screen. Looks like Boris Zhukov is healed up and ready to come back to us at full strength. That's important. And let's see what's going on. Okay, referee Jim Mitchell is also working for the PWA. That was Eddie Sharkey's group. And Eddie Sharkey trained a lot of wrestlers and even to this day still has his promotion. Boris Zhukov is back to us. All-Star Wrestling got 673,000 viewers. Very good for a syndicated show on in the afternoons and late evenings. Okay, Randy Rose is tired. Jack Victory's tired. They'll both get over it. They're only working for us for a max of 2 times a week. Let's take a look around the wrestling world. Let's see how the WWF did last night. Piper and the Rougeau brothers over Orton and Demolition. Again, this must have been a tour. They got a low attendance number, and there's a lot of 6-man tags. The Rougeau brothers were a hell of a tag team. I watch them nowadays, and I didn't realize when I was a kid, I just hated them, especially with Jimmy Hart. But I watch them now, and they were really good. They were a really smooth team. This would have been a good six-man tag. And the Killer Bees versus the Wild Samoans, that would have been interesting too, because the Samoans were they were in their mid 40s at this point, but they still had it, and the Killer Bees were just fantastic. Brunzell and Blair together were terrific. All right, let's take a look at the NWA. Luger over Sullivan in the main event. Garvin and Rotundo. Fernandez and Simmons. Nice. This is a less than card, but it's not bad. And they sold out the Cumberland County Coliseum. When I was doing the schedule for Jim Crockett Promotions, I actually bought a book that was the Jim Crockett Promotions Wrestling Record Book from 1980 to 1988. And I actually imported all the dates based off of that. So that's how I know that this is historically accurate. I had to put in so many new venues because they just weren't in the game yet at that point. So let's take a look at what's going on with the Summer Action Series here. Choshu and Tenru. Boy, that would have been a hell of a match. Hanson and Tenta versus the Funks. Wow. Yeah, that's a 97 show rating, but if you look back at it, yeah, these cards were that good. So this is a knockout card right here. Wow. Billy Robinson still working for All Japan at this point. He's also working for us. Solid card. Well done. All right, I think that's all we need to take a look at for now. Oh no, somebody formed a stupid tag team called the Pirates. Oh, this is some dumb stuff on here. All right, that does us for this tour, everybody. When we come back, it will be Tour 75 back home in Minneapolis. And the main event is going to be McDaniel and Von Rochke versus Rose and Summers again. So thanks everybody for tuning in. If you would like this mod, please go to my website, braddrake.net/contact. Drop me a line. Let me know you'd like the mod. I'll be more than happy to send it over to you. I've also sent some copies of these spreadsheets over to people that ask. No problem. Just ask. I'll be more than happy to link you up to the mod and also set you up with the spreadsheet. And also, we have a Facebook group going. I hope that you'd consider joining us on there. We're talking about the 1987 Supermod. It is facebook.com/1987supermod. Facebook.com/1987supermod. You can join us in there for conversation about this mod. And last but not least, I ask you please, if you're enjoying the content, click like and go ahead and subscribe to us. Help us grow. We're trying to build an empire here with this excellent mod and bring more eyes and ears onto it. Thanks, everybody. Take care.